subscribe to my channel.
Sir Wort.
I like indie animation. It gives us a unique aspect in the world of animation from a more humbler perspective. But it isn't perfect. Ellis Mark, who is best known for making reviews on various cartoon movies and cartoon TV shows, made his own cartoon himself. Today's countdown will be the top 4 reasons catching up could have been better. Be prepared because I might say some things that might be unfavorable, but I need no malicious intent, only to help Mark in the future. Let's begin, and I hope you enjoy the video. And also, be aware of pace, in my opinion, can actually have an effect on how much I want to invest in any kind of media, whether it's books, movies, TV shows, and video games. Catching Up's pacing felt very slow and janky. Like the first few minutes when we are introduced to Clay and Rob, felt like it took longer than it should have.
Nice freaking job walking there, idiot.
Hey, Clay. Hey, don't forget about tonight. You know, the thing.
Come to think of it, not a lot happens before they get on the bus. Like giving this introduction to the characters, they expect us to be invested in these two main characters almost as if we've been watching the series for a long time. Most scenes just felt like filler with minimal dialogue.
20.
Hello there. May I procure for a ride, my good man?
$30.
What? But those guys only had to pay 20.
No.
Oh.
$20.
I feel like they should have said something sometimes so it doesn't feel empty. I know I used this joke before, but this is how I felt.
Can you hear the empty spaces?
Yes, I can hear.
No, I'm not saying that the slow pacing is a bad thing. Slow pacing can work, but I don't see it working here. I feel like if Mark wants the show to be successful, he needs to slightly speed up the pacing or add more dialogue in the slow pacing. Like each scene that was only like a minute and a few seconds felt like 10 minutes. People might say I'm a wuss or a baby, but I feel like the swearing was not necessary in this. When I first saw him advertise his show a couple years ago, I was expecting something that's for kids and teens to enjoy. This actually threw me off guard, especially hearing the little mouse guy say the B word.
Don't be jealous just because I got 2
And notice there isn't a large amount of indie animation where there isn't swearing and being geared for kids and teens. The reason swearing worked in Digital Circus is because it was censored and it made a funny joke.
What the is going on?
Can't have any of that foul language around here.
I feel like the swearing was just put in here just to make it slightly edgy and basically say that it's geared for an older audience and nothing more. You can still have good storytelling in this and remove the swearing. I mean, maybe it's just me because I'm not really someone who swears in real life, but food for thought. Mark, if you want everyone to enjoy it, you should make it enjoyable for everyone, not aimed at just one demographic just because of swearing. It just seems sloppy. I mentioned this earlier in my pacing. I feel like we're not introduced to the characters enough to care about them. We got the straight guy, he's always grumpy and we really don't know nothing about him, he's just being grumpy jerk who's an introvert. Then you got the goofball who's overly optimistic and who's a doormat from everyone he meets. He feels like a poor man's SpongeBob and Pim. Cynical jerk and delusional happy-go-lucky optimist. Gee, this hasn't been done before. I mean, I have no issue with this trope being done many times, but I don't feel like it's executed well here because we weren't introduced to the main characters enough of their backgrounds and stuff. This is supposed to be a pilot. Usually in animated pilots, you're supposed to introduce the characters' backgrounds a little bit and give us a reason to care about the characters. But I feel like the only scene that really shines is the ending.
That felt good. Those were expensive.
So?
I'm gonna be sick.
This is something I'm very proud of because Rob standing up for himself is very relatable, and I like how Clay was trying to stand up for him too. This is something I wish SpongeBob did more often with the titular character. Showing that they have guts and they won't let people walk on them anymore. So yeah, Mark, have more scenes where these two have chemistry with each other. I think you can make a great and iconic duo. Now I might be cherry picking and be very nitpicky about the animation of this. Like the animation alone is already very smooth and fluent, but I feel like the coloring and lighting is a bit off-putting for my eyes. Sometimes there's shading where it doesn't need to be, or there isn't enough shading or none at all. Like I feel like the backgrounds also could have been better detailed. Character designs are fine, but it almost feels like Fairly Oddparents and the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy had a kid. It also looked like kids animation that you would see on PBS Kids. I think that's why I was thrown off by swearing earlier because it doesn't look like the characters would swear. I would have to say, even though I wasn't a fan of the designs of the characters that much, I kind of found this panda girl looking cute. But I feel like the character designs in general do need work at the end of the day.
I mean, it's alright, like...
Mark, if you're watching this, I'm not attacking you or your show in any way. I just want to see you improve and thrive within the animation industry. It took you more than 3 years to make this, and I appreciate you want to do 2D animation and animation in general. I feel like animation is a dying breed within the mainstream media nowadays. I hope this show goes out to be great and prove to me and others that you can make excellent animation with great storytelling. Don't give up on your dream. I know you'll have a great cartoon one day with this. I hope you all enjoyed this video. It was kind of last minute, but I wanted to give my thoughts on Mark's cartoon. With that being said, cue the outro.
What is that?